It's come in at the first place, over my shoulder there. It's landed here, and they've off-hired. I was looking, there were some serious rounds of ammunition that was off-hired, serious amounts of guns, and I've seen the pictures of it. It was one of the first amount of weapons that were mobilised via vehicles, cars, for an army at the time. It was one of the biggest operations. You've only got to look at the way that the IRA were bombing places, right, when they were trying to set up a peace agreement.
So those guns landed in 1914. 1914, 7 years before the foundation of Northern Ireland. You know, Carson, he had foresight, and he was gearing up actually to stand against the aggression from the Irish state. They wanted home rule. They wanted an all island, and they wanted to break this part of the island, Northern Ireland. They wanted to break it away from the United Kingdom. Now, what is really interesting about that, like 100 years later, here we are in exactly the same position. Well, less the guns, of course. Yeah. And I would always advise not to go down the route of the guns, because we've seen that here in Northern Ireland for a very, very long time. But I know, and I'm aware that there's people on your channel, you know, they come from the nationalist persuasion. But the one thing that we've all got in common is that there's globalisation, which is trying to consume us all, and not just consume us all, but to remove all our identities. And I'm just going to say this, Simon, but you know, to people that would view me as, you know, taking you here, taking you to some, you know, the Royal Black Preceptory marches tomorrow, which is our history, and they have been taught to hate everything that we stand for, and that's just because they come from the other community. But one point I would like to say is that, you know, to those people on your channel who call themselves Irish, well, you know, I would stand with you to help you save your Irishness in return for what? That you would help me save my Britishness, because we've both got a birthright, and we both need to ensure that the circumstances in this country isn't caused again whereby that people want to go against each other ever again.
Remember your history, because it will repeat itself.